Hello. Hi. So this video is a continuation video of bindkey which we use for copy on pitch. So it's like we are going to write the script for that demo which we gave in the last video. Let's continue. Um, to do so, first of all, we need a procedure. I am giving the name as my copy selected, and you you have to give a x or y directions, right? Delta x, delta y. I have given these two variables. So anything which we have to write should be in this procedure. So what do we want to do? First of all, we are actually doing the copy operation, right? So for that we need a command for copy. So there is a command in Virtuoso, that is your db copy fig, right? So this command actually copies anything whichever you select, right? But it needs variables like three options. So first of all is my object, whatever I'm going to give to this, and then nil is like for the magnification, and then uh, x form, it's like the coordinates. So this command will copy anything which we select and wherever we want to move it, right? This way. Now the point is, before uh, going to copy anything, how many times do we need to do this? Like because there are many shapes and we may have to do this copy operation for uh, n number of shapes, right? So for that purpose we are going to add this in a for each loop, and for each loop needs a variable and then whatever the list which we want to use in a for each loop. Okay, so for that I'm going to give get select set command. So this is giving a selected list to this for each loop, and on that list this for each loop will run this command. Okay, this copy command. Now what is this x for? I have to give the like change of coordinates or the next position of the shape. So that I am going to define is this delta x colon delta y. Then this is my orientation of new shape. I'm going to keep it as it is, and then magnification 1, right? Now it's like we have used these two variables, and uh, we have to set one. Okay, we have to put it in the let function. That is your x form, because it is a local. Okay, form done, and one more parenthesis here for this let function done. Okay, so this is my copy procedure which actually copies the shape on a particular coordinate. That is our x form. And now what do we need? We have to, okay, let's first of all see what it does. Okay, save. I'm going to call this in my CW. This is my test copy. I'm going to load it and x and y. I'll call it in my procedure my copy selected, right? Yep. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to use it, this function, in my CW. Let's see what happens. I have to copy this. Now, delta x and delta y is something which we had defined in our script. But what I need is like, I mean, we can change it here in this CW because that is the value which is uh, being set in the script automatically. So we don't need to worry about what delta x, delta y is. I have already set the x and y here in my last experiments. So I'm going to use the same value here. Okay. Unbound variable object. Okay. So let's see what it says. Minimize all plus tab. Yep. This is capital object. Should be small. So this was the mistake. We'll save it and load again. Not this thing, but also load again. And yeah. So it has given me a copied shape x and y, right? So if I select anything like this is shaped, and this is the shape, and I have selected uh, I want to copy it, right? So I'm going to give this command and it will be copied here, right? Now we can use it in so many other ways, like if I just want to copy the shape in x direction, so I will just give the y value 0, and if I enter this it will give me the wait. Oh, okay, I think this much is enough, right? So this will copy the shape in the particular direction. Okay, similarly if I just change it to 0 and make it y, then this shape will be copied in the y direction. Got it? So now we have to use this procedure in a like wherever we use the bind keys, like the way we want to use. So that bind keys, I as mentioned in my last video, that I'm using shift and then arrow keys, right? So we are going to set these four bind keys, and we are going to change this function according to the value of x or y, whether it is horizontal, vertical, or left or direction, or right direction, or top direction, bottom direction. So accordingly we'll change the x or y of this function. Okay, so but before doing that thing, we have to see one more thing, like whatever the shape we are going to copy, I suppose this one is I'm going to copy, but it is just keeping the previous shape selected, not the next one, this one, right? So it should select this next shape before doing any other option, because if I uh, keep it selected, and if I keep using this function, it will be just copying the same shape again and again at this position, and there will be number of shapes at this point, at this place, right? So I want to avoid this thing, right? Because I want to select the next shape and then it will be getting copied to the third in the next third copy, right? This is similarly it will be moving in the particular direction. Okay, so to do so we have to make one more procedure. Alt tab. Yep, here it is. That is our procedure new select. That's not capital. Procedure new select. Okay, now for this the same coordinates will be used that we have used in our last procedure, that is delta x and delta y. I'll just hit the enter. Now we'll set one more local variable. Okay, So I'm going to set one more variable, that is data, and I'm getting all the shapes which are selected in this function, is this in this variable, right? And then it will be selected, I mean the next data will be selected in this shape, in this variable. So I'm going to define this data is equal to ge get selected set, which is the current selected shape. Okay, and the origin of this is car. This we can see that it takes our uh, like the first element of our list, that's this car, it takes that. So you can do the experiments anyways later, but we can go for the script. So what I'm going to do is, like, I am going to find the, because boundary box is a coordinate of x1 y1 and x2 y2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the first point where the any shape is starting. So in this way, that will be my origin. I have named it as origin. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to deselect all the shapes. Okay, and then I will select some shape uh, which is like copied and moved to the delta x and delta y position. Okay, so for that I have to do the ged select all command, and hey, hold on, and not insert, yep, I will select a point, ge select point. Okay, so get current window and then list. This will show you uh, the next coordinate where it has to select the shape. Okay, not char, should be origin, that is my last delta x, and cdr, this will be for y, delta y. Okay, so this way we are actually selecting a new coordinate which is not selected in the last function. The new shape is not selected, right? What we are just doing, we are just deselecting all the shapes which were selected earlier, and we are just adding the x and y margin in the select point. So this way we will select the new shape. I'm going to save it again, and now we'll have to call it, like, I have saved it, and we'll call these two functions again. Test copy, done, right? So if I copy it, suppose if I copied that, and now I have to select the next shape. For that I will use this function and paste it. Now this value will be 0 and y, right? 0 and y. And wait, what just happened? New select. Did it select or not? She copy it again. Did copy and new select. It is not killer copy. Okay, no issues. Okay, what did it say? G get current window. The function is not okay. Tab get current window. Okay, so the spelling of get current window was not correct, and we're going to save it again. Now let's run it. Mm, Load. Yep. Say current. Move copy up. And now you have to select new undefined list. Oh, so this list function I have to correct. List. Oh god, origin delta x, CDR, origin delta y. Correct. Let's save it again. Um, Load it. Use copy. It's working now. Let's check this function. It is selecting now. Great. Okay, we'll verify it again. So this is what like it is copying, and now it is selecting. So these two functions are ready. Okay, so now what do we have to do is to set these two functions either in one procedure, or you can set both of these procedures in a bind key, in one bind key, right? So I'm going to tell you the both, I mean, both the ways are correct. So you can do that. And instead of like instead of giving um, like a new instead of making a new procedure for both these two procedures, I'm going to use each of them in my bind key, right? So I'm going to create my bind keys now. Sci high set with the bind key command. I set bind key. This is for layout, and now shift. Well, I'm using it for shift keys, right? So key and right, and then I have to use both the functions one by one. So this is my first function. I copy it here, copy and paste. Uh, then second function, new select, copy and then paste. Okay, so this is uh, like way of making this bind key. Like you just have to call these two functions, but the delta x and delta y values will be changed according to our operation. Like if you're going to use the right key, then our x value will be something, and then y value will be something like that, right? Okay, so for right shift, like you have to do the right copy, then your x value will be the main coordinate value, and your y value will remain same, so you don't have to change the value y value here, so you keep it 0 here. The same thing you have to use here. There should be x, and then this should be 0. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use the same kind of line again and again here. Control V, enter, Control V, enter, Control V. Right. Now the right one is ready. We have to do uh, we just have to save it for, I mean, you have to make it for the left. So for the left, this x should be -4, minus negative value, right? Okay, so this is negative now, and now this is up. For this up, this x value should be 0 and this should be y. 0 y. Similarly, this should be 0 and this should be minus y. Y 0 and minus y. Okay, so all of these bind keys are now set. I will just set this one also. Let me change this to down. DOWN. Got it? Control S. Sorry. Control Z. Shift key down 0 minus 1 minus 1. Okay. Save. I'm going to load this. Where is my virtuoso? It is here. Load it. And all of my bind keys are now set. I don't have to call these two functions again and again. Let's try. I'm just going to move this for at some empty place. Okay, I'm pressing now shift right arrow. It is working. I'm pressing shift up arrow. This is working. Shift left arrow. This is working. Again, shift left arrow to make it empty space. Okay, now I'm pressing the shift bottom. This is working fine. So all of our bind keys are working very good. Hey. Let's try this again. I just want to play with the bind keys. Okay, shift. We are going to move and shift left. Awesome. Okay, so this way you can make your bind key to copy on pitch. You just have to like change this x and y value like I had set it somewhere in my some other script. You just have to set it in your CW. Let's suppose x is your 0.2. Okay, now y is equal to 0.4. I have set both of these two. Now if I have changed these two values, what will happen to this commands? You see, I'm pressing the shift right, so it is changing. I mean, it is copying the shape by 0.2 value only. Okay, I think it is very less. I should make it 2. Enter. Uh-oh. And this should be 4. Enter. So x values are set now. Going to copy it again. Shift right arrow, up arrow, left arrow, again left arrow, and then down arrow. All of these are working with the new value. So whenever you need a copy on a pitch, you just have to use this bind key, and whenever it is changing the pitch, you just have to set the x and y values in the CW, and then you can continue your copying. All right, so this way your script is ready. Enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye.